did you guys watch they call it a media scrum. Are you even familiar with that word? I don't attempt to condescend to you. I just learned the word. Right at the end of my career, they start doing these scrums. And I even had it on my sheet. I had it on my interior. Scrum. Did they mistype? What the F is a scrum? Okay, well, but I want you to know. So a scrum, unlike a press conference. Press conference, typically Dana's in the middle. X amount of fighters on either side of him. Questions coming from the media, kicked off by John Morgan, off you go. Well, a scrum is where the fighter will just sit down. He's got a microphone that feeds to all of the media in the room. You only have a camera shot of the fighter. You only hear questions of the media. That fighter gets up and leaves after roughly 20 minutes. Another fighter comes in, as opposed to doing them all at once with Dana as the ringmaster. Okay, this is a scrum. I'm telling you what a scrum is. They were unbelievable. I worry about Sean Strickland. You guys know that. Do you know this is my buddy? You know this is my old teammate and training partner. I worry about him. He's got them to say, he's got them to announce to the world that this is the #1 contenders match. I fully believe, as you do, that is very true for Pereira. Now, I also think it needs to be true for Sean, because he's won like 8 in a row, and this will be number 9. He'll have the greatest record in the entire division. So I'm not trying to tell you guys that we're going to pull that rug out. I don't know how you main event the son of a bitch. Go watch his media scrum. And watch it alone, by the way. They don't have anybody in the room. You don't want people knowing the stuff that you're laughing and reacting to. Like, you want that to be private, and he will get you, and it will be awesome. You will be entertained, and then you'll take a look at it and say, he can't go on ESPN. This guy's got to live in a .com somewhere. We can't bring Sean Strickland into Sports Center. Now, I have no idea if those politics mean anything. I've never seen anybody held back, but I'm talking to you about it the first. I am genuinely concerned. I'm partly saying this tongue-in-cheek, but not fully. Not fully. There's 10, 15, 20% of me that does worry. That does worry about him being given an opportunity. He was doing something, even set the scrum aside. He's headed to the scrum, and he's in his car. So he grabs his phone, he makes, if you follow Sean on Instagram, right, he's great. He's always doing something in his car. And he says it. He says, this is the mouse. This is Mickey Mouse. I can't go to this thing. They can't put me on Disney. He's right. He really is right. I just want you to keep that in mind. I don't think we're going to have to cross this road. I only don't think we're going to have to cross that road because he's going to be 8 or 9 straight. If he was 2, 3, 4, 5 straight, you bet your ass they'll take that opportunity from him. I believe that. They won't in this case. We're just talking. But they're going to have to train him. They're going to have to sit him down. They're going to have to, hey, Sean, everything that you know about yourself to be true, it is. And we need you to stop, right? It's going to be one of these things. Now, also at the press conference, Max Holloway. Some guys just can't open their mouth and get it wrong. They just can't. Everything they do works, but it's not something necessarily that you could go copy. It has to do with them, their demeanor, their personality, their delivery. Max said something. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful compliment. So they're asking Max, if he wins this fight with Volk, would he declare himself the GOAT of 145, the greatest of all time? Volkanovski has come out and said, yes, I would. If I beat Max, I will be the 45-pound GOAT. Many people have already labeled Max that. As a matter of fact, it's how Volkanovski got the title. He went and took it from Max along with the belt. I only tell you that because they asked Max. Here he is. This is his moment. World Championship. Those things don't come along. He loses this one. He's never going to see a title fight again. There's a lot going into this moment, and it's his, and he earned it. Guess what he said? He said, have you all forgot about Jose Aldo? Jose Aldo is the GOAT. Now, if you guys know history and you follow the sport, you're well aware that Max destroyed Aldo twice. This would now be the opportunity where Max finds a way to bring that up, where he puts Aldo over, but then he shines his own wheels. Nope, didn't do it. Didn't do it, didn't mention it. If you're not a fan like me, if you don't go back a number of times, You're a new viewer somewhere in the last year, even 2, you don't even know that fight happened. Max used his moment to put over a legend who absolutely deserves. There's a few guys that deserve. There's a few guys, Max, Volk, and Jose. But Max chose to pass it to Jose. I just thought it was a cool move. That's it. And I'm not Joe's sportsmanship, let's be Little League and let's all be nice to each other. There was just something about it that was very sweet. There was something that was very sincere. And then Max went ahead and listed his criteria, by the way. He didn't just drop the name Junior, Aldo. He said, yeah, I think title defenses matter. I think activity matters. I think your schedule matters. I think how you are doing it matters. Can you prove you can do it standing? Can you prove you do it on the ground? I'm adding some words. I can't fully remember what Max said, but he went and qualified it. And then he said, it's Jose Aldo. Not for nothing. That was a very sweet move.